Go.
Hello everyone, my name is Abdul Basit Nazzal. Me and my colleagues are going to talk about the issue of globalization within Siemens company. Today we are going to give you to identify some of the key issues that affect Siemens. Then we are going to give the impact of globalization in Siemens. Then we will give some recommendations and good strategies to overcome this kind of issues that affect the company itself. First of all, I would like to give you a brief definition about the globalization. In general, it's the process of integrating national and local economies, societies, and cultures by using a global network of trade, communication, immigration, and transport. So we can see that globalization is available in most of the world countries now every day, especially the first world countries, where they have a good relationship and trading ship with other countries. Here I have some important information about the company. Siemens is a multinational company based in Germany. It operates across more than 190 separate nation rates. There are more than 450,000 people who are working within this company, which is a big number. And we all know that Siemens is a multi-sector company in medical services, in electronic services, and etc. Okay, now I would like to identify the first key issue of globalization that affect the company. First issue here is meeting the local people needs, which divided into three main topics. The first topic is the domestic workers are not receiving enough attention. Unfortunately, domestic workers have not received any significant attention, although they play an important role in the company itself. Second one is the lack of basic necessities, where domestic workers is isolated and rarely recognized by the government, which makes it difficult to organize domestic workers and collectively progress their labor rights, and they are not receiving enough information about how to improve their part in the company, and they are not receiving enough information about other companies in the same industry or in the same field. And they are unfortunately rarely recognized by the government itself. This makes it difficult again to organize the domestic workers and collectively progress their labor rights, where domestic workers are described as one of the most marginalized groups in the global labor market in all the ways that counts, economically, socially, and legally. Second issue is the currency fluctuation. We all know that what happened in 2008, the economic crisis, it was continued until 2012. The world was suffered from currency fluctuation because of the problems in the Eurozone itself. And here what happened after the crisis itself, the exchange rates. This event sparked the academic community to re-examine currency fluctuation as a subject for renewed research interest, and this issue is in response to the renewed interest in currency risk. However, some financial firms have little foreign exchange exposure. As a result, non-financial firms are indeed exposed to substantial foreign exchange risk. Second one is the foreign exchange risk itself, which makes it really risky to invest in other countries and makes it difficult to organize your work in other nations than your nation because of the currency fluctuation itself. And of course, the microeconomic models, according to my source, the effect of foreign exchange risk on the value of the firm remains a topic of great interest. As an example, US bank returns are inversely related to trade-weighted Japanese yen appreciation for the crisis period. Third main issue is the competition between countries for investment. Siemens have faced many difficulties in expanding the business as it faces a strong competition from other procedures, especially in Latin American countries. The main two markets was Argentina and Brazil. According to my source, they are specialized in providing large-scale equipment to few European hospitals and engaged during the 1930s in a big-scale hospital development together with local authorities and international organizations in multiple countries. So Siemens was facing really a competitive market, and there was lots of competitors in the market internationally, especially for Philips and some other companies who were producing and manufacturing other medical services such as the X-ray, which I'm going to talk about now. The globalization of medicine is a very good example of that. It was broadly backed by equipment, technologies, and infrastructures, and underpinning the practice of medicine. The practice affected Siemens, especially by many Western countries, as they started manufacturing X-ray machines after it was controlled by a few multinational enterprises, as I mentioned before, which is the Philips companies and other companies. Now my colleague Sashidhar will continue about the impact of globalization on the company. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Sashidhar Regmi, and today I am explaining about impact of globalizations and alternative business practices for the Siemens itself practice after the globalization. The main impact after the globalization, many companies have both bad and good impact to its organization. As other organizations, Siemens have mainly two effects impact of globalization, that is the diversification of management structure for the Siemens company profile, because after the globalizations there will be many free trades agreement, because of which there are many free trades agreement, because of which they have to shift their management structure from one country to the another country. Mainly it was based on the home country only. Because of that reason, now they have to shift their management structures to the other countries. And another main impact of the globalization is raise of high competitions for raise of high competition, because as the free trades agreements are signed, that any country can sell any materials within the another country, because of which reason there is a large competitions within the market, because many companies are providing same product in the market, due to which the best and quality product with a cheap price, it will be success in the market. Otherwise it will be very difficult to success in the market. And the alternative business practices which Siemens should follow are here some of these. The first practice, it should be recommended practice, are reduce the cost of production through the technological advancement. Due to the modern globalization and technological improvement, the production structure should also be improved, so that the company can get the latest products as other companies are providing. And another alternative relevant practices, it should practice it to accelerate the speed of technology transformation and advancement, because they should bring advancement in their product by using the latest technology, which would be better and it would make easy to survive in a competitive markets with other brand same as Siemens. And another practices they need to do is the decentralization of managerial office. That means if they decentralize the managerial structure of the company, so that they can shift their management staff to the other countries where their product is gone, so that the local issues can be solved there only, and it no need to come to the mother country for the Siemens company, due to which the needs of local can be meets there only, and the language barrier also it will be easily interrupted. And the third but not the least is that to set up some retail outlets in emerging global market to acquire cheap and skilled labor forces. In today's world, competition is more, and for the competition we will provide the best product in the less price. They will survive in the market, and to do so they have to shift their manufacturing units to the different countries where they will get cheap and skilled labor, such as in Asian country or South Asian country. They can shift their market and they can manufacture their goods there only. And the other practices is other part of the presentation is explained by my friend Nisar.
Hello everyone, I am Nisar Patel. Today I am going to discuss about the recommendations to improve the organization performance in relation to the globalization. Here are some recommendations which we made after the discussion of all the facts relating to globalizations for the company called Siemens. The first one is the Siemens should focus more on the technological innovations. As it is commonly seen that the technological innovations have a greater influence in the development of trans-world social spaces. Such innovations increase the economic growth of company at up to a great extent. By technological innovations, companies should be able to compete with the other companies in the global market. Second one is the need a revolution in the transportation, as the company Siemens is a multinational and multi-sector company, so it is important for a company to make a revolution in a transportations. Basically, it can be seen that in a multinational companies, the products and the raw materials are transported from one countries to another, one branch, or we can say from one branch to another through a transportation. So it should be necessary to improve the transportation for the company. We can say that the effective transportation can decrease the requirements of goods, the handling requirements of goods, and transit time of transportation. The third one is that company need to put more burden in the information and communication technology. For every company, information and communication technology have a significant importance, as company as the more effective innovation as more effective information and communication technology can improve the efficiency of performance throughout the company. If we talk about the information and communication technology, then this type of technology enable the organizations to be a part of global market, we can say that. Such a type of technologies helps a company to establish a virtual presence in the global market. The other recommendations involve the implement of project management approach. A project management approach is a system that enables any firm or company to meet their organizational goals in a timely fashion. Implementation of project management approach will transform the economic growth of a company up to a great extent. The second one is decrease the complexity and demand uncertainty in the global market. As the company is a multinational, then there may be a chances of some demand uncertainty and complexity. It is commonly seen that in the global market, the consumer's demand should not be easily, we can say that forecast, should not be easily forecast. So since many firms are participating in this global market due to globalization, the demand forecasting for the product should be difficult to analyze. So in order to decrease the complexity and demand uncertainty, the company should focus more on the technology development, or they can do by improving the transportation system and so on. The third one is need to focus on currency fluctuations, and as in multinational companies, there may be a chances of currency fluctuations as the company is operating in different countries. In this case, Siemens is operating. Siemens have a branches in 190 countries, or we can say that in nation states. So there may be a chances of currency fluctuations as some products or raw materials are transported from one place to one country to another country. For instance, if I talk about the case when if the the value of euro is higher than the US dollars, then the value of Siemens products the Siemens product should be expensive in Europe as compared to US. So, and the currency fluctuation should be decreased by managing the prices of the products in the different countries. These are the recommendations which are made by us for organization like Siemens in order to improve the performance of company in relation to the globalization. And in the conclusion, it can be seen that due to the globalization, or we can say that the globalization have a greater impact on multinational companies, as it may create some problems or like currency fluctuations as we discussed earlier, and it also minimize the attention towards the local workers and so on. But it can be generally seen that the negative impacts of the positive impacts of globalizations always outweigh the negative ones. Thank you.